Time's up, Admiral.
Here it comes.
By the power of Grayskull!
I am dumping unlimited power into you.
And to be fair, racist was Hitler.
That is just.
Oh God,
those eyes, dude. Those eyes, man. Those eyes.
Pretty eyes.
I'm not looking at them eyes right now.
You know what?
I know, but she is a total package. She is a total package.
I usually
can have my
think
package.
Ryan. I usually think Ryan is very cringe when he says this, but she can shit in my mouth.
Whoa,
God,
Dermy!
Why do you have to ruin
What
this?
the fuck?
Why
Ryan
do you have to
says
ruin
that
this?
shit.
Fuck,
Ryan
I know,
says
but-
this shit.
If Ryan jumped off a bridge, would you jump off a bridge?
But you just
For her,
Probably
yeah.
fucking
that.
would.
Here we are worshiping this beautiful woman, and you're talking about German shit eating. I mean, come on.
Listen. I will drag my ball sack.
No, listen.
100
You
miles
listen to
worth
me.
of
Shut
frickin'
the fuck up.
broken glass, salt, and lemon
Shut the
juice
fuck up,
just
Jeremy.
to smell her farts.
We're not on your goddamn stream. We're on Adam's stream. We're
Wow,
supposed to
I am-
respect the man's
Thanks-
house. You don't take
thank-
shit in his goddamn fridge.
Don't want to be like the name survive. Woo! Thank you, Ric Flair.
Wow.
Woo!
Imagine for a moment, if you will, being Adam's neighbor. You're sitting in your favorite easy chair. Maybe you got a cup of tea, and you're reading your favorite book, and out of nowhere, through the wall, you hear this: "Culturally appropriate my dick."
That's what this-
All Shooty wanted to do was be inside me.
Come.
And then when I'm holding hands with Dermy, it's going to be worse. I did that. I've done that.
Oh,
I have the
God.
video here.
Just think of that. You're gonna be holding
Yes.
his hand, and think about what that hand's been holding. Technically,
Yes.
you touched Dermy's penis.
You are a worthless turd.
It was one of the first James Bond movies I watched, so I have a bit of a connection to it. And
That's
and
Dermy's
yeah,
excuse.
I don't give a fuck. Stop
It
bringing
was
up
their
Dermy.
first date, Adam. Shut up.
I will stop bringing it up. I don't give a fuck what that wannabe VTuber cunt wants to say. Okay, let me have my moment.
We named zombies after you in that game.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
I mean,
They're these big fat bloaters that sun themselves, and they just lay there.
oh, those are the things that come out of my rainbow's ass.
Oh yeah. Take it. All right, Devil. Here we go. Now these are
Do you
the
peel
bananas.
it
that
first,
house.
or are you going to take the whole thing?
No,
Love
I'm
the banana.
going to eat it.
Want
I'm
the
going to eat
banana.
it. All right, so now it's going to be extra distasteful because, as you can see, it started to ripen, and I don't like a ripe banana. I like a slightly green banana, so it's not going to taste as very good at all to me.
Make sure you cup it.
Well, I mean, all right, so now it has to be circumcised. So there we
That's
go.
true. You need to make sure you do that. Okay,
Make sure
and
that Abraham is satisfied with
you
this
also need to make sure
banana.
to
No, listen,
prep your
listen.
uvula.
Okay, you know what? There were no rules set down for this. Okay, outside of I just have to eat it the long way, which whatever the fuck that means.
It means try a one fucking bite, bitch.
Yeah. So, I have a gag reflex, so we're gonna. All right. So, how's that? Is that a good angle?
Yeah, that's a really good angle. Come on, deep throat that banana.
No, Kratos. There is no sweet.
I'm
talking
really
with
uncomfortable now.
I'm a man of my word. Okay. All right. Here comes the memes. You get. I deliver. I have to build my. I don't want to put something long in my mouth like this.
So many clippable moments.
Do it.
All right, let me try and control my laughter. I can't be laughing when I do this. I might choke. Okay, give me a second here.
Get it, girl.
Yeah, that's right. You take
It
that.
hit the
big
gag.
girl.
It hit the back of my throat.
That-
2 words
we didn't-
Dermy's
Well,
never
that's
said.
what it does when that happens.
You need to pick.
All right, is that it? Am I done?
Well, you got a banana there.
Well, now I'm just eating a regular banana at this point. I took
try-
it the long way as much as I could.
Yeah, I'm fine. We
Yeah,
got
if
what we
Devil-
want. The
If
clip.
Devil is satisfied, then we're done.
They warned us about people like you!
There we go. All better now. Man, titties are the greatest things on earth.
You know what? That's not going to be the worst thing about my lore in the next year. It's only going to get worse. Welcome to Mellow Mondays, everybody, where my brain is still going to be fried from talking Doctor Who for an hour and a half. We got 3 more weeks of that. We hope you're having a good Monday. I hope you've been enjoying all the streams that I've been involved in today. If you have been, hit the like button. If you've joined us from Doctor Who Cares Reviews, happy to have you here. And I will do our best, as we always do. Devil, are you going to make my life miserable tonight? Some way, shape, or form? I know you are.
Gonna do my damnedest.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. And welcome back, Drew. Welcome back, Drew. Drew, you missed a
Hey.
lot. You missed a
Yeah,
lot.
I noticed from that intro, like there's more.
A lot of new
self-
lore.
I could tell. Yeah, I'm like, is this just embarrassing yourself for
That was all
5
right. All
minutes?
right. That was the Eating Banana Long Way. That stemmed from some pre-Vegas stuff where I essentially lost a bet to Devil, and my punishment ended up being we rolled Dermy's Wheel of Punishment, and it landed on Eat Banana the Long Way. So I had to fulfill my end of the bet. So I did. After my 12-hour stream,
Good integrity of you.
that was the end of me having streamed for 12 hours straight that day. So that was an important stream. That because of that stream, we are now still on streaming the way we are here. That paid for my streaming privileges for another year. But a lot of other stuff has happened. But before I get into that, how are you, Drew? Welcome back.
I am, like the word says, outstanding. Oh, it's been an incredible. It was a busy month. The month of April, I basically was out of town the whole month. I think minus like a week and a half. So yeah, doing adaptive sports in Colorado, which was amazing. The National Veterans Winter Sports Clinic. So sit down skiing. So I've been training for that all year, basically the past 12 months. And not the whole year. It's only at certain conditions, and sometimes it's too cold or too snowy or whatever. So you got to get in where you can. That's what she said. And that's just it was amazing. So I was able to graduate from having 4 instructors with me, like tethers on both ends and safeties everywhere. I'm like, hey, can I just kind of go for it? And you can, if I fall on my ass, can you just pick me up and just get some more supervision? And they let me go, and I was carving it up just on my own. So yeah, I graduated becoming independent adaptive skier, and then next year I'm going for the mono ski, just one ski.
So are you going to compete at all?
That's the plan, yeah. So now I'm considered independent. Now I can compete. I had to qualify.
Dude, that's badass.
Yeah,
that's
so
badass. Dude.
Who knows where it will go?
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yep. And then some speaking engagements in California, Arizona, and then met up with you guys in Vegas. So all over the place, but it's been a wild ride. I love it.
And I was eating bananas a long way. That's what I was doing.
We each have our own path and skills, I guess.
But yeah, it's so that dude, that's incredible. We're happy to have you back. And the show hasn't really changed that much, except for one thing. There is something going on. Remind everybody that all super chats and Stream Elements tips and membership donations will go towards what is now being called my day of doom, my week of doom. Drew, are you aware of what has happened to me?
No.
All right. So you and I were talking about this a little bit, but the reason There are reasons I started a daily show last week. The Daily Dive, the Double Ds, where you, the audience, are in control of the show. But leading up to that, on Roundtable last Sunday, not yesterday, the previous Sunday, we wanted to get the show off the ground in a special way, and also it happened to be May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. Crap. And well, all my friends, including this Judas below me, they all decided to make videos about how much I loved May the 4th as a Star Wars fan. Well, I got in
on that too.
You did? I did? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, during the morning, I collected everybody's videos. Everybody was posting them in DM rooms, like, "Oh, great, thanks, guys." I'm like, I'm gonna grift off this a little bit. I might as well. If they're gonna torture me, I might as well make a little money on it. Well, Jed, one of the people helping out in doing this to me at the very end, well, he threw something out there, and essentially, we put down some tiers, some donation tiers, and at the moment, we have crossed $976 in our donation tiers, to which has now triggered these various things. After I did a couple of particular video recordings, which have now been shown on repeat in various ways about how much I love May the 4th and Disney Star Wars. Next year, on May 25th, real Star Wars Day, it'll be Memorial Day as well, May 25th, 2026, there is a meetup being formed. With any luck, the channel, I will be actually living in Florida at the time, not just going over the trip. That's kind of the goal this year now. The goal right now is to get the channel being generating enough income that I can move me and members of my family to Florida so we can be there where it's already where we would live right now, where the complex we're looking at, already $600 cheaper in rent for an apartment twice this size.
That's awesome.
If we can get me there. So that's that. But now on that day, real Star Wars Day in May 25th, 2026, we will be going to Galaxy's Edge at Disney World, where I will be streaming, be filmed by multiple people. And as long as I am being filmed, recorded, streamed, I have to be now dressed as a Disney stan, which means they're going to garb me in Disney Star Wars paraphernalia, ranging from fanny packs to BB-8 mouse ears, if they do exist. I am not allowed to be negative about Disney Star Wars as long as I'm being recorded. I can look dead inside, but I have to be like, yay, I'm having such a great time, guys. Huzzah. I do that. So that's a whole day.
Wow.
At the park, a whole day.
Is that already set? You're going to do that? Okay.
Yes. That was the 500 tier. Well, we climbed that tier. Then I had the bright idea to remember that that's the week Mandalorian and Grogu gets released.
Oh.
So we crossed the tier where now that week, regarbing myself in the Stan Shill gear, we have to go to a Disney theater. Not a theater where we would find normal people, but a Disney theater. I have to wear the garb. Baby Yoda Grogu has to sit in my lap as I watch the movie, and they will record that, of course. And then we also cross the goal where I have to write a review of it. I was going to write a review anyway, but this review now, I have to write a completely not negative, genuinely positive review without any subtleties whatsoever. With the caveat, several days later, I can release my real review. So I have to do that. Then we have crossed the tier. You heard it a little bit in the intro clip here. I have to hold hands, if he's there, with Dermy for 30 minutes. He's going to be my bestie for Resty, and we're going to be both pretend to be shills. And we'll both, and anybody watching mine and his stream can send super chats to tell us to do and say things. And we have to. Now, nothing sexual, nothing gay. And we're not sharing ice cream cones. We're not sharing lollipops. No
you
shit
sure
like
will do
that.
a lot for money. Or maybe you would do that normally.
I would have just took the genital cuff.
I will explain this to
painful.
you after the show.
Do you have other options?
No.
Wow.
I will explain this to you after the show of how this all came to be. What's going on, genesis of this. It's not something I could talk about on camera or live. So then there's that. Then we are now currently at, as I said, between donations across YouTube, Stream Elements, and memberships. We are at $976, which means at $1,000, I have to write a chat-influenced Disney Star Wars fan fiction.
Who comes up with this stuff?
That's Jed's idea right there. That was Jed's idea, because that's what he wants the most. So in $26, I have to do that, and then I have to do a dramatic reading on the Daily Dive of it. I do dramatic reading. So on the 25th of this month, on Real Star Wars Day, on Roundtable, the chat, if we've crossed $1,000, could be that very day. If we cross $1,000, the chat will give me all their ideas of what they want me to put in there, and I have to implement them in a fan fiction. Then, per the influence of our good friend Duke Devil Brad, we will, while we're at Galaxy's Edge, we will purchase at $1,250. We will purchase the ugliest ass Disney Star Wars possible and build it at this lightsaber workshop. At $1,300, the chat gets to choose the color. So if there's a gay ass color, they get to choose it. And that means, and then in addition to that, at $1,400, because that's another $100 to make this, we're going to go to the droid workshop, and the chat gets to choose what ugly ass droid I get to make there. With the caveats, I can never destroy the lightsaber or the droid, and whatever future studio setup I have, they must be on display.
For how long?
Forever.
Forever? Ever?
They purchased this. I cannot destroy these.
Wow.
Unless like an act of God, maybe. I don't know.
See, I'd rather go to Universal like this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's not an option here. Universal isn't going to make me suffer, Drew.
I'd rather burn myself. Suffer.
And now here's the influence of Gal at the end of this. Gal says at $1,450, while we're at Galaxy's Edge, if the stream people in chat see a Disney character in Disney Star Wars character in the park, I have to choose them. I have to walk up to them and tell them why they're the greatest Disney Star Wars character of all time and how much they mean to Star Wars. And then at $1,500, to cap that part off, I have to take a picture with Kylo Ren and Rey and pretend to be a Reylo.
Wow. Is there a time limit to when this money stops?
End of the month. This will go until the end of the month. Then
that's a long time.
We've got 3 weeks of this. We got 3 weeks left, so we can
get
at
there. 900,
976 before YouTube takes their cut. So we have to keep it what it is. But at 976,
we got to get you a little baby doll and make it look like it's a mix of Kylo Ren and Rey, so you can hold it for that.
I'm not a woman, Devil.
You gotta play the bit, man.
Wow.
And I don't think we've gone far
rather
enough
just join the army
with these tiers.
I know. Here's the problem. There's still time for these people to think up more tiers. Only one I thought up, and as a joke, I said it was the Dermy one. Everything after I did also think up to go watch Mandalorian Grogu, but the 80% of this has been thought up by everybody else. This is my friends torturing me. And here's the thing. You got to realize this one, when it's not just me recording this, other people are going to be streaming this and recording it and putting it up, all that stuff. This is my lore. This is going to go in my YouTube, internet, social media lore. I will never be able to escape this.
Yeah. So much for becoming president now.
Yeah.
You had my vote.
So now I have to pretend all this shit. So you see why I'm calling it my day of doom, my week of doom? It's terrible, but you guys can make it happen with all, as I said, all super chats, stream elements, tips, and memberships will go into this tally on every stream except Saturday Night Drive-In, because that's a separate entity from the goofing around shit. That's a semi-serious show. But every other stream, gaming stream, this Roundtable, Daily Dive, Anime Odyssey, No, not Anime Odyssey. Because Anime Odyssey that falls in the category of.
Can I come up with a tier?
If you got a bad one, sure, we'll
I
add it
got
on
one.
right now. You got one. All right.
What
What is
level?
it? Well, no, it has to go. These ones are all actually literally priced out like the from 1,000 to 250. That's actually the price of a lightsaber Galaxy's Edge, and the 13 to 1,400. That's literally also the price of the droid. So that's how they are priced out there. And then we just said added. I think we're going in $50 increments at this point.
Okay, well, just let me know what you think.
All right.
When you go to sleep that night, whatever, however
Mhm.
many nights, you said it's a week or how long are you doing this?
Well.
Okay, I'll put it like
here's
this.
the-
However
there's
many
two-
nights you're going to
there's-
be there.
Well, there's two versions of this.
Okay.
If the version, the great version of reality is I have moved to Florida and I'm in my own house. I'm in my own apartment. So I will be living in Orlando. So
Okay,
it's
let me
not
put
a
it like
big
this.
deal.
Each
Okay.
day you do one of these things,
Okay.
you got to go to sleep in a onesie, Star Wars onesie.
Oh no, hang on. Oh shit.
Yes. What do you think, Dermy? I want Dermy's opinion before Adam
But
says it.
no one's gonna be able to record me in a onesie. This has to be done. This has to be. I'm not letting anybody record me in my home like that. That's not happening. It's not happening.
That's how you end.
I only
the-
came on
the
to say
video.
fuck James Gunn.
Oh, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. We're talking about.
I think we could think about this and come up with a good plan. But yeah, you ending the day in a onesie should be a tier. A Star Wars
We'll have to work this
sequel.
out. We're gonna have
Star
to.
Wars sequel
You
onesie.
might have to custom make a onesie for him.
I am no.
We'll figure it out.
Well, all right. Well, I'll
It has
throw it out
Baby
there.
Grogu on the front and maybe also like I love Star Wars on the ass.
Maybe somebody
Oh.
can sew it all together, like sew
I think we've got
hoodie
people with
into
that talent,
pants,
that kind of
into,
talent out there. Jeez.
hoodies.
Oh, this is no.
Hey, tune in next week and we'll have a solid plan for
Mm.
this onesie.
I'll throw it out there. I mean, there's still room for extra tiers. Oh god. Anyway,
Yeah,
right,
you'll have plenty of extra tiers after this.
Jeremy, we're not
Yes.
going to do the James Gunn until Sam gets here, so you can either go and
Is
fuck
Sam
off.
even going to be able to? I thought he had work things.
I think that was last.
Things.
He didn't say he wasn't going to be here today.
I thought
Did
he
he?
said it on
Listen,
Abyssal
all I'm
Musings.
I'm just gonna say this when you
pub.
clip it together. Just remember, I'm from the state of Kansas. I love my home state down to my core. Fuck James Gunn, you stupid piece of shit. Now I'm gonna go so I can finish uploading my video.
All right. Bye. Tons of fun. Well, that is the article I have. We're going to go over because amongst our normal shit. So, all right. So, Drew, you're caught up now. You're caught up.
Yeah, you like to
and
torture yourself.
I
get
don't
it.
like to torture myself though. I will literally explain to you what's going on and where this all came from when we're done here tonight. Everybody else
Okay.
knows, so you get to know too. No, there are reasons I'm doing this. Anyway, so there you go, guys. Remember that's that. And per the rules of this show, $10 or higher to make us watch weird shit. That's simple. Make us watch weird shit. $10 or higher. It's not the same rules as Daily Dive, which is a different beast. So there you go. That's the starting point to make us watch weird videos on this show. All right. So I got one article tonight amongst like some regular things we can look at. The article we are going to get to, and I didn't. Are you sure Sam's not going to be here? I know he said that he was good. That his schedule was weird this week, but I don't think I'm pretty sure I heard him say he was going to be here this week.
I think it was either on Abyssal Musings or on the pub when he was doing his outro. He said something about he didn't think he was going to be able to make it to Mellow Mondays this week.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that.
But,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll go over. We'll give him his usual window to get here. We'll go over a couple things like random nerdy shit, and then we do have an article. James Gunn sent some new stuff about the Superman movie today, and this is now in preparation. On Wednesday, we're getting a trailer, guys. Getting a trailer for the movie on Wednesday, which if you want me to review live or react to live on Daily Dive, you guys can pre-reserve for me to do that. Otherwise, it will be just a regular video. Okay, so that's our article. We'll give Sam a chance to get here because he hasn't said anything in the DMs that he's not going to be here. Let me take a look. He hasn't said anything about not being here. So usually he tells me if he's not going to make it. So let's do this. All right, so we got some fun shit though. Let me bring up the fun shit. Let's start with that's not something. What is this? That's not a fun shit. That's a stupid shit. Let's start with this. Okay. Once upon a time, there was a thing called Blockbuster where you could rent movies. And you guys know how it was back then. You go out with your friends on that night, and we're going to go to Blockbuster, and you think it's going to go smoothly, but you spend like 2 hours fighting over what
Friday
you're going
night.
to rent. Yeah.
That was my night. Was Friday night.
You're going to spend, you think it's a
wild.
good idea, but you spend 2 hours fighting over what you're going to rent. And then you end up renting the same shit you always rent. Never anything new. It's always the same shit. And well, it wasn't always a bad thing. It wasn't great. It was great. So what we got here is I got this. Let's play a game. You guys know I like to play my games.
We could always get 2 movies and a game. That was our family rule.
We did movie and a game usually. And if we weren't playing anything back in the house, back at one of our places, it was like, okay, let's get a movie and a game, something we can play with each other, shit like that.
And just try to crush the game in like 2 days.
Well, we did like usually sports games, play each other competitive. Like that's what we usually did. A couple of usually I already had that.
Tekken, I don't know, Mortal Kombat. Each Mortal Kombat that came out, had to get.
You
that
get
one.
something, and you never agree on it. No one's ever really happy. Is the problem.
Yep.
All right, so here's our game tonight. We're at Blockbuster. And I only have this, and this is the part 1. I only found the part 2 when I was doom scrolling one day a few weeks ago. You can only rent 3.
Oh, I like this.
Only rent 3. Now, take into account. I'm gonna adjust the rules. Take into account you might actually own some of these on this list. Because this is back in, I'm gonna say this is DVD/ late VHS days, okay, when Blockbuster was a thing. It's DVD days, not Blu-ray, DVD days.
Like so what? 99?
Late 90s, early 2000s, when you had like a DVD collection and part of your VHS collection still, that kind of
thing. I see one that Adam's already going to choose.
Well, not choose. I already own. So I'm taking into account that you might actually own some of these in that period of time, okay? Because look at these movies. I don't even know
what's the newest one.
The newest one on here is nothing. These are all 80s and 90s. So I don't know what
this is probably even like 95.
This is as late as 90 maybe. Problem is though, there's no such movie as Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine. There's no such movie. I don't know what that is.
AI.
I don't know what that is. So we'll pretend that's Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Okay, let's pretend that's Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Now, here's my problem. Looking at these, I owned at that period of time on DVD. I'm gonna say DVD because this is late 2000s. I don't have a VHS collection anymore. I have DVDs. I own all the Indiana Jones movies. I own Star Wars movies. And I had at least actually that was all I would have owned on this. Everything else would have been renting. Okay, so for me, I have to take off. I own Die Hard too. So I have to take off Indiana Jones, Die Hard, and Empire Strikes Back. Those are not pickable by me because I would have owned those in my collection at the time. Okay, and you guys could do the same if your memory works that way. So I'm gonna go first. Give you guys a chance as I've had time to prep this. I'm gonna rent. It's a mix here. It's something to appease all my needs. I'm gonna rent Weird Science for goofy 80s fun. Goofy 80s fun. Weird Science.
Yep.
I had Willow. I have to take Willow too. I had Willow. So that was it. I had Willow as a thing. So I'm taking that off my list too. I'm gonna rent Roadhouse. Because Patrick Swayze kicks ass. Even though I own it now, this is then, not now. And then I want a feel-good movie. What's a feel-good movie on here? No,
How do you define a feel-good movie? Positive
laugh,
ending?
feel good. I'm gonna take Coming to America. So I'm taking Weird Science, Roadhouse, and Coming to America. I think that's a good mix. It covers all flavors there. Okay, Drew, what are you picking?
If I had these at the time,
yeah.
I mean, I can't remember what I had compared to what I have now. I just collected all.
It's a guess, you know. It's a
Yeah, I
guess.
know. Yeah, it's pretty much a guess. I've had most of these. But say Terminator I had, Trading Places I had. Okay, I'm just gonna guess. So Naked Gun, I gotta have comedy, and like what is
And I'm gonna
called
say
Deadpan.
that that's the first one from the Files of Police Squad. I'm gonna say that's the first one.
Yep, Naked Gun for that dry pan. I grew up on all those movies. Hot Shots, all that kind of stuff. Hilarious. What is that Nightmare one? Is that's
just Nightmare on Elm Street?
Nightmare on
the
Elm
first
Street.
one.
Original.
It's just the original. Yeah, the first one.
Yep, I'm going. Oh no, I'm gonna go with Thing for a horror. I'm gonna go with Thing. And then
Okay.
something in between those. Rain Man, like
Rain
a
Man.
growing up kind of movie. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I can see that.
Yep.
All right. Now, Devil, I want you to resist taking Pretty in Pink. I just want you to resist.
I've never even seen it.
I thought for sure you were going for Neverending Story, so you could touch yourself to the luck dragon.
Whoa! What? Okay. Now, whoa! You do not get to change that. There was no sexualization of Falcor from 3 weeks ago. Do not change that. Falcor was my chosen buddy on that list. He was going to fly me around until you and Sam ruined it with Chinese spies and military. What? What?
Said barebacked.
He doesn't have a saddle. You have to hold on. What? No, you do not get to make. No, there's no sexual things going on with Falcor. What's the matter with you?
All right. It's completely platonic. I don't know. I owned a lot of these. I'd probably pick Poltergeist because I just love that movie. Shit. I need a comedy. It would probably be Coming to America, probably. And then the last one's the hard one. Because there's a lot of. It's a toss-up probably between. Because I've chosen Die Hard before and other things, so I don't want to choose it again. Either The Lost Boys or Roadhouse.
Come on.
Screw it. I'll take
Scarface is
Roadhouse.
on there.
Roadhouse.
I didn't see Scarface till way later.
Well, we owned that, so
yeah. I mean, I put that stipulation in there because you're going to rent things you don't own. That's the thing. You're going to rent stuff you don't have and don't have in your library. Now, thing is, I would say like for most of the movies, none of these movies are really bad choices in the end because they all are somewhat zeitgeisty. I mean, some things I can't watch anymore. Like I can't watch The Burbs anymore because I can't stand Tom Hanks. I just can't watch that man in anything anymore. And I used to love that movie as a kid. There's movies I don't like on here. Movies I don't like. I despise E.T. with all passion of 1,000 Suns. I hate that movie. I know you have your glass. I hate that movie. Retarded alien.
I can't rewatch it. It was what it was when I was a kid. That's it. It's gonna stay in my nostalgia.
I can't.
That's a good question. Are they gonna remake E.T. at any point?
No, they're not gonna remake E.T. They're not gonna remake E.T.
They're doing everything else. They're destroying.
I don't think people would care enough about E.T. And I don't think Spielberg. Think about this: have they ever remade a Spielberg movie, directed movie?
Because he's protecting it.
That's the thing. I don't think Spielberg will allow any. He'll monkey with it himself, but I don't think he will let anybody remake his shit. Just like Robert Zemeckis doesn't let anybody touch any of his stuff as long as he's alive. There are rules in place. Nobody's allowed to touch
Goonies. They're redoing Goonies. Who's all doing that? I mean, it's probably Kathleen Kennedy. That was
everybody. Well, that's not Lucasfilm. No, that's not Lucasfilm.
No, he said Spielberg. Wasn't he a part of that?
He didn't direct Goonies. No, he didn't.
I thought he directed Goonies.
Let me look it up.
He's a part of it somehow. I can't remember.
Let me look.
Yeah, I don't know if he's just the producer or if he directed it too. He might
I just remember because it came out, or it's being reboot or sequel.
No, it's a sequel. It's a sequel. Goonies. No, that's a Richard Donner film.
Okay,
it's Richard Donner film.
I could have sworn he part.
Didn't he have a Any credit in it?
I'd have. Let me click on it.
KK's got a name on it.
No, let me. Where's the? Where's?
Yeah, I never seen
IMDb,
Pretty in
here we
Pink. I never seen.
So I've seen everything on here. I've actually never seen Sophie's Choice.
Yeah, I haven't either. I don't know what that is.
That's about abortion.
Oh,
I never seen Working Girl. Or what is Working Girl?
Oh, okay, that's Melanie Griffith, Harrison Ford.
I have
and that's a good movie. That's a good movie.
Long time ago, yeah.
Hang on, let me check. I'm checking the producers on.
I know what Tootsie is. I've never seen it. Like
that's Dustin Hoffman in drag.
Yep.
He couldn't get a job as a newsman as a dude, so he got in drag and got the job as a woman.
Did that come out around the same time as that Rodney Dangerfield soccer one?
No. The Ladybugs. That's
no.
Tootsie's from early 80s. Tootie's early 80s. Ladybugs is early 90s.
Is it bad that I'm going through here saying, "Oh, that one had boobs in it. That one had boobs in it"?
I know of Christine, but I don't like.
That's a car, right?
Yeah, that's a car. I don't like Stephen King movies because I think he's a shit writer and his stories are crap. So I never watched it because I don't care about it. So I've never actually. I know what happens to Christine, but I've never seen it. But everything else on here, with the exception of like Christine and Sophie's Choice, I've seen parts of Purple Rain. I don't know if I've seen the whole movie. I
saw the whole thing when I was younger. It's a Minnesota tradition, I guess.
So that's about it. Those are the only ones I haven't seen on here. I've seen everything else at least once in my life. But
I've had Empire Strikes Back. That was one of the first, I think, VHS I've ever had. Same with Terminator. I know I've had Terminator, Empire. I don't know. I had a bunch of VHS, and then when DVD came out, I got way more DVDs than I had VHS.
Well, the thing is, by the time you got to be, at least for me, when DVDs coming out, suddenly I'm not a kid anymore. I'm in my late teens, early 20s, and I'm able to buy what I want when I want with money I've got on my own. So I'm not like waiting to convince somebody to get me a VHS, which is what my VHS collection was as a kid. Now, in terms of like what I own today on here, I own, out of this list for myself on the shelves behind me, I own, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I own 6 of these in physical media form behind me, at least 6 of these. Some of them I have in some digital format.
Yeah, Kel, we already went over that. There is no movie.
I got Willow recently on.
I got my copy of Willow. I
got Willow.
Yeah. Real quick, Bug for $10. I was going to toss something for the video pile. Buzz Lightyear saves the galaxy in Mass Effect by Ely Hand B.Wave. What else? Boobs. That is all. And he is here. See, Devil, he made it. Hi, Sam.
Hi.
All right. So Bug has tapped a video to make. Bug, DM me that link so that I get the right one. DM me the link and we'll watch that. Okay. DM it to me and we'll get it. Thank you, Bug, for $10. That puts us at $9.86, $14 away from the Disney Star Wars fan fiction.
Hi, Sam.
Hi, Sam. How you doing?
He's speaking sign language.
Great, Sam.
Sorry. I was
tentacle language.
I'm really mad at the internet today. It's been a day. Getting fucking quote tweeted all goddamn day because of something I said last night at 3:00 in the morning when I could barely see straight.
Was that
on Twitter?
Was it the? It can't be what I replied to, the silly Mother's Day thing that you.
No. The Mother's Day things people seem to like. It was the. Apparently, I have a controversial take on the nature of angels, and sometimes.
Oh, I saw that. I just read it and I read it and scrolled by. So I was like, okay, Sam.
Holy shit! Up to like 5,000 impressions already, and it keeps growing because some asshole retweeted me a while back, and now everybody's doing it. And I'm like, I don't care, guys. I don't have a Christian perspective. I'm not a fucking Christian.
No. Well, thanks to Dom H for 5 gifted memberships. Our buddy Dom, That's $25, which puts us at 1,000. Somebody do math for me. 14 plus. We're at 1,010, which means I'm writing the fan fiction. The Disney Star Wars fan fiction is happening. Jed is I'm going to DM Jed right now to tell him that. This is the one he's wanted the most. Let me let him know right now. Damn it, everything's moving on there. All right, Bug just sent me the link, so we'll get to that as soon as we're done with this. Hang on. The fanfic is happening. Okay, there we go.
Dude, I'll tip $5 if you freaking write him right now saying, "What are you wearing?"
But that's DMs. What? I just saw him 5, 10, 20 minutes ago. I know what he's wearing. I'll let you make this gay. Stop it. All right, thanks, Bug. I saw it. We'll get to that as soon as we're done with this segment. Sam, do you want to play the game?
Okay. What's the game again? You can only rent 3?
Rent 3, and I put the stipulation at the time. We're talking late 80s, early mid 90s. Something if you probably had some of these in your physical media collection. So if you know you had them, take them off the list. Because why would you rent something you already had? Is what I thought when I thought.
Well,
if yours is broken,
this is 1985.
You rent theirs and switch them out.
I mean, it feels like this goes at least to the early to mid 90s with a couple of these in here.
Okay, because I didn't start building my collection till like the late 90s and all that stuff. My personal.
All right, then you could then everything's probably game for you on this. Except over here, we're saying that there's no such thing as Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine. So Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. We'll say it's Last Crusade.
Somebody make that movie out of AI.
Well, shit. Let's see. Probably go with you can only rent 3. Okay. Probably. I mean, The Thing is classic.
Yes, that's
probably Roadhouse and Coming to America.
Damn, we're all just same thing. See, I chose Weird Science, Roadhouse, and Coming to America. Drew chose Naked Gun, The Thing, and was it Roadhouse?
Rain Man.
And Rain Man. Devil chose Roadhouse,
Coming to America and Poltergeist.
So a lot of crossover here of what we would choose. So yeah, and the chat. Let's see what the chat's been choosing while we've been talking about this.
I would definitely pick different ones back then than I'd pick now. I think.
All right, so I think the first one we see is Goddess. Well, that's just top 4. That's not his actual choice. First one I see is Weasel. It says Princess Bride, Neverending Story, and Willow. Those are
all fantasy. All fantasy.
He's going all fantasy. He's essentially going all fantasy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Fantasy. Let's see.
There are hardly any bad movies on this list. I mean, it's up for grabs. These are all great.
Yeah, I mean,
except for 2 of them.
I mean, the ones I said I hadn't seen were Sophie's Choice and Christine, because why would I watch Sophie's Choice? And 2, I don't like Stephen King, so I'm not going to watch Christine, and I know what happens in that movie. So, but I've seen everything else on here at least once, or most of I know I've seen most of Purple Rain. I don't think I've ever watched it from the beginning.
See, this is a good thing because I want to get these on physical media if I don't already, and then watch them and then review now what. And try to figure out, like, if I liked it back then, do I like it now? Vice versa. Watch what is. So I don't know. Sophie's Choice. That'd be a tough one, but I'd do it. But like Willow, I guess. See, like if I still liked Willow.
Oh, Willow stands up. Willow is still so much fun.
I haven't seen it in 20 years or whatever it's been.
Ariel says Trading Places, Stand By Me, and Weird Science. And Kel
Me and Horny Elf watched Trading Places, and it holds up, and it feels even better.
I don't really enjoy that movie anymore. It's not that it's bad. I just don't enjoy it anymore. It doesn't entertain me. I saw it a lot when I was a little kid. It was one of those movies that I would watch for the titty scenes.
That'll do it.
So
yeah, that'll do it though. If you watch something 100 times and eventually, like the luster wears off of it. Like I can't watch any of the Lord of the Rings movies anymore because I lived with my brother for like 4 years and his wife insisted on playing one of those every single night of that 4 years. I
Damn.
can't stand them anymore. I can't
See,
watch them.
I watch them once a year.
Got to shelf
right?
it for a little bit.
I watch the Lord of the Rings stuff once a year. That's when I do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. I try only things I watch. I could say this honestly, and it's not a surprise. The only movies I legitimately watch multiple times a year are a handful of like comfort movies, which I'll put on while I'm doing other stuff. Like I have a handful of movies that I'll put on, like maybe while I'm playing a video game that I need company with, like I'm grinding levels, stuff like that. There's like a handful of those I put on, and I will watch all 6 Star Wars movies multiple times in a year. Like, in literally, I did leading up to Revenge of the Sith re-release, or its actual thing right now. I've watched the prequel trilogy, and when we're done with Roundtable on the 25th, when we're done between that and Wormhole Watch at night, I'm going to be watching the original trilogy. That's my Sunday evening that day. I'm watching Star Wars on Real Star Wars Day. That's my plan this year. But that'll be like the second or third time I've watched all the Star Wars movies this year. So there are certain things I've watched over and over again. Other things, I don't think I've watched my copy of Roadhouse this year. I know I haven't watched Willow. It's been I haven't watched Willow since Jen and I reviewed it a couple years ago. I watched Weird Science a little while ago. I've watched Beverly Hills Cop earlier this year because I have them. Those are the other ones I haven't watched Coming to America in a while, even though it's behind me. And I don't everything other things on here I have in digital format, which means they're on the list to get physical eventually. But Sam is right. None of these are bad movies.
No,
none of these are bad movies.
Although
majority are good.
I'll keep this brief, and I'm not going to go into details for the sake of your channel, buddy. But The Burbs has an entirely new meaning for me ever since I found some things out about certain people who are in it and certain things that are going on behind the scenes in certain places in the world.
Well, listen. I don't know if you came in here before I said this. I used to love that movie as a kid. I can't watch it anymore. Not maybe because of things you know, but because I just can't look at Tom Hanks. I can't look at that man.
Oh, he's definitely involved in what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Although Carrie Fisher was hot in that movie, man. She looked good.
Well, yeah. You know, so was the blonde chick who lived with the old psycho across the street. You know, she was wearing those short shorts and bending over gardening and shit. Yeah.
But The Burbs it's actually a pretty fucked up movie. Even if you with what you're hinting at, I have some theories about what you're thinking there. All right, so there we go.
It's pretty jacked up.
There we go.
I ran into my warehouse and tried to find if any movies that I had from there. I got and Indiana Jones, Lost Ark,
nice,
and The Willow with Val.
Yes.
Great.
I think that might actually be the cover I have on my Blu-ray. Hang on one second. It might actually be.
It's marked as 50 cents.
No. It's my DVD. I don't have it on Blu-ray. It's my DVD. Willow's one of the ones I still need to upgrade, which I'll be happy to upgrade because the TV show never happened. The TV show never happened.
What TV show?
What TV
I love how every
show?
time Adam steps away from his mic, he sounds like he's in the shitter.
Well, I'm bending over. Do you guys really want to see my ass when I'm bending over? Yeah, I got the same one. I got the same cover on my DVD. See? I got the same cover. There it is right there. Yep, same one. Anyway. All right. So, all right. Bug has gotten us a movie. So let me get that. Bug has got a movie for us a video to watch. He sent the link. Here we go. It fits the rules. It's on
Ariel,
YouTube.
Don't.
What is she saying?
I'm
bring
that dark into here.
I'm not looking.
Yeah. It's fine. Don't look.
No, oh, God damn it.
I told you not to look.
Listen. Ariel got enough today when I had to watch the video Kratos paid for on Double D's, okay? This furry convention. We had to watch the internet story and go over this abominable furry convention. She got her rocks off already today. Don't let her.
Yeah, you don't need no more bean flicking material.
She got her rocks off watching deranged shit. Watching me watch deranged shit already. All right. What is this? That wasn't it. Did I just? Oh shit! I accidentally. No, that's something else I wanted to show to you guys. Hold on a second. Wrong. I got multiple tabs here. Hang on 1 second. Here we go. Let's try this again. No, that's not the one I wanted. What is I swear to God, I clicked on
Losing
this.
your brain.
No, I copied and pasted, and it didn't copy and paste. And now I'm going to do it again. It copy and pasted something I copy and pasted earlier. What is it? All right.
These are the ones I just picked up.
All right, hang on. I'm going to have to go to X through here because it's not copy, cut, and paste.
Nice.
Yeah, this past weekend I got Turtles, Batman, and MIB. Oh, this is MIB too, but it's sealed, so at least it's new.
Okay, there we go. I got it. Okay, so this is Bug asking us to watch and react to Buzz Lightyear Saves the Galaxy in Mass Effect. Now, we are Mass Effect fans around here, so this may tickle our funny bone, or it may hurt us to some extent. Knowing Bug, I'm sure it's going to hurt us to some extent. So
well, it's not Flash gets Toy Story, so it can't be that bad, right?
Nah, I don't know. Anyway, okay. All right, here we go. I want to check 1 second. All right, so here we go. Bug for $10. Buzz Lightyear Saves the Galaxy in Mass Effect.
Is that the kind of person we want protecting the galaxy?
That's the only kind of person who can protect the galaxy.
I like it.
That's already good. I like it.
I'll make the call.
Terrain seems a bit unstable.
Oh, no.
No read out yet if the air is breathable. And there seems to be no sign of intelligent life anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Get him. Took his head off.
I like it.
Good job, Buzz. And it's Tim Allen too, so extra points for Tim Allen.
And Jim and Jenkins died. Jenkins still died, so that's good.
What a spaceport!
You are the first human Spectre, Commander.
Excuse me, I think the word you're searching for is Space Ranger.
This is a really good edit.
So
It's a
good.
really good edit.
Yeah.
I approve.
Well, they did a great job with it. Like even through his glass dome there, you see the background of the Mass Effect and stuff. They did a really good job editing this.
Yeah. Bug's not entirely rude. He wants us to feel good a little bit inside. Okay. Yeah.
Yep. There we go.
All right, we're good. All right, hang on. Let's do that. There we go. That is the correct reaction.
Those are high heel space boots.
Miranda. Oh, Miranda.
That's why you never romanced Miranda. She was a trap.
I've romanced Miranda plenty of times. It's glorious. Don't you take that away from me.
She was genetically engineered to get you to look at that ass.
She's perfect. That's good.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That is good. And he hit, and look at that. That's attention to detail. The weak spot is the eye. The eyes are the weak spot in that fight. That's really good. That's good. I appreciate that. Okay. That is so good because if you play the games, you know that the Shepherd dance it's essentially like Elaine dancing in Seinfeld. It's horrific. So that props. Good job. Don't dance with your sister though. Tally's like your sister. Don't do that with her.
I can't help anyone.
Wherever you go, I'm with you.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, all right.
Good job.
That's a good job.
They're
That's
making
really
better
good.
movies than Hollywood can.
Yeah. Now, if this was Toy Story 5, you got me.
Or that last one, like if it would have been something like this,
Yeah.
but instead of that Chris Evans shit, you know,
Yeah. You
it would
got
have been
me.
a Monty printing machine.
Yeah. Have him actually being a hero, fighting shit, doing cool shit, not being a vehicle for agenda.
To infinity and beyond.
Oh, choosing that ending. Choosing green glowy DNA ending. Doing that. All right.
Wow.
This is dark.
That you can't do that, dude. You can't do that with the kid, man. That ended really dark right there, dude. No, that kid. He just had to take Shepard's hand, man. He just had to take Shepard's hand. But no.
Buzz Lightyear to the rescue.
Wow.
Right,
I mean, they
a
didn't.
lot of these. Saul Goodman
The way they
defends
cut
the
that
game.
with the kid was
Yeah.
pretty.
Yeah,
that
but
was
if
okay.
you know, you know. If you know,
Yeah.
you know.
I don't know.
Home Alone Hitman 3.
Wow. It's a new corner of the internet I haven't seen yet.
See, that's a beautiful thing. That's why it's great to make me watch things because I don't generally watch videos. I don't. So you can probably choose most things and make me watch things, and I've never seen it. So you get fresh reactions. All right, Bug, thanks for $10. I hope you're entertained. We were definitely entertained. That was a good one. That was a fun one. I am currently, when I feel like it, in the middle of a Mass Effect 3 playthrough for those on the channel. That's going to be getting on the shelf because tomorrow my copy of Expedition 33 will be arriving. So I'm ready to play Expedition 33. Going to start streaming that. Probably not tomorrow night, probably Wednesday, but it'll be fun. I'm really, really looking forward to that. Anyway, okay, so now, excuse me. Now that Sam is here, let's do our article before we do more fun things. We have many times been covering James Gunn's Superman 2025. It's pending release. We are literally 2 months away. July 14th. We're essentially 2 months away. On Wednesday, we're getting a trailer. We're getting a trailer on Wednesday, which I will react to in one way, shape, or form on Wednesday. But before that, a little bit of news dropped this afternoon, right before I went live with Doctor Who Cares Reviews. We got this little nugget of fun thing. So much, though, that I actually sent Dermy into a rage spiral with this. Okay? All right, let me ask you. Let me just ask this. Samuel, you have Superman knowledge. It's fair to say, right?
Some. Sure.
But this is the most basic knowledge, which leads to understanding. Where did Clark Kent grow up?
God damn it.
Smallville.
Well, but where's Smallville? Where's Smallville?
Kansas.
Oh
yeah. All right. Kansas. Grew up on
Metropolis.
Well, that's the question. I mean, it's got to be nearby.
You're gonna have to repeat the question. I glitched out for a second.
Okay. That's why I thought like
I was
Sam
wondering.
knows the answer. All right, so Sam, where did Clark Kent grow up, Sam? Just so you know.
Grew up in Smallville, Kansas.
Exactly. Thank you. Grew up in Smallville, Kansas. And he grew up on what?
The Kent farm.
The Kent farm. He's a farm boy where he learned American values. Mom, America, and apple pie. Okay? He learned that kind of stuff. Raised by Jonathan Kent to believe in certain ideals about America on a farm where you worked for a living, you made things work, and that's what makes Superman Superman. Because Clark grew up as a middle America human being.
Relatable.
He learned values, right? Fair to say. Well, James, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's fair to say that that his upbringing definitely had a lot to do with who he became later in life, especially when you start to when they started bringing other Kryptonians in, and they were nothing like him. I mean, they were cold, they were calculating, they were arrogant. Even Supergirl in later iterations was very much like that because she grew up on Krypton,
and then got stuck in the Phantom Zone for a while.
Yeah.
All right, so that's Clark Kent. James Gunn is changing that. Are you ready? And this is confirmed. This is from the mouth of Babes himself, James Gunn. James Gunn confirms Trailer Park Superman as fans question direction of new DC universe.
Fucking Christ!
Fuck
All
this
right,
movie.
so he's taking the gods and monsters route. Then,
all right. So let's read this. Let's leave here say, and then I open it to you guys. A recent revelation from James Gunn has fans talking about the trailer park Superman. The surprises surrounding James Gunn's Superman keep piling up, and they're not all about flight strength or truth and justice and the American way. First came the leaked plot about mutant monkeys and Twitter trolls. Now, and don't forget super shit. Don't forget super shit. And now, James Gunn himself has confirmed that his version of Superman, Clark Kent, grew up in a trailer. Yes, the Kent family farm, a long-standing visual symbol of humble American heartland values, is being swapped out for a converted double wide. What started the fan question during DC Studios Showcase? James Gunn was asked, James Gunn, can you settle this debate for the DC Studios Showcase? Is Superman poor? I always thought he was middle class, but at Coy Jandrew and Tyler Coates are saying I'm bugging. James Gunn, our house in Superman is a converted double-wide trailer. I wanted his upgrading to reflect more closely the Missouri farmers I was raised around.
That was my first question. Where the fuck did James Gunn grow up? This is self-insert shit.
God damn, he's such a freaking
all right.
Goddamn homo.
All right. Sam, I'll ask you first. So, Kansas, and like I said, I encourage everybody to go watch Dermy's video tomorrow, or when you're watching this, if it's already out. Dermy is a Kansan, and he has some very choice words on why this is wrong, and how a Missourian is not a Kansan, and it's different. Somewhat different values and farms. So, but
they're different cultures.
Yes,
the two states are right next to each other. They're very fucking different. You know, I've been through both of them multiple times, many times, in fact, and you can actually really see the difference when you drive through Kansas City, because one side of Kansas City is not like the other side of Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
this is a big deal, though, isn't it? This is a huge deal. You're taking away one of the core character aspects of Clark Kent. And Drew, like they're saying, this is James Gunn self-inserting yet again.
Yep, it is. And I saw this coming, a while. You already know what James Gunn you're getting. Your Guardians of the Galaxy, your Misfits, your Suicide Squad, the Peacemaker. It's fine that with those characters you can scribble outside the lines and stuff like that. With Superman, it's very, you got to stay on the highway here.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got to be the classics, and you can tweak some stuff minorly, but the origin story, what he's doing, putting on boots when whatever Brainiac or whatever is in the window behind you, like
space alien eyeball
or whatever it is, they're going to be, or whatever the deal is. No, this is ridiculous. And I already saw this coming when they announced he was attached to this, or no, when he was running, going to be running this whole new arc, I guess, for DC.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how long it lasts. I'm putting this one as like I'm putting on this one how good I expect Thunderbolts will be. Like it's just
all right. Devil. Let me ask you this, and then you say in addition to what I'm going to ask you. But I mean, Devil, we've been saying this for weeks. Every time we turn around, another one of these stories comes up. Last time we talked about this with the internet monkey trolls and this and that, it's James Gunn putting his own personal views into it about how he feels about internet trolls and him. And here it is again. This is my background.
Oh yeah. He is very conceited in the way he makes movies. It's all about him. He doesn't think about the fans. He thinks about what he likes and what he wants, and it's all about James Gunn. He's a freaking prick. We kind of saw like a hint of this when they showed the very first teaser trailer, and we saw Pa Kent was obese, bald-headed dude instead of what traditionally he looked like. Mm-hmm. It makes sense now. They're trying, he's trying to make him into a trailer park dude. It just is so sad, because I'm sure it's not just the fact that it was his childhood, what he remembers from childhood, but probably also he was trying to insert that, strong value middle America kind of farm people are also, Trump supporting racist assholes who, can't be trusted. I'm sure there was some of that in there too. It's so bad. Kind of a betrayal of what the character is. That's so key
Perfect
to
word.
Superman.
Perfect word.
So key to Superman. That taking it away, just like I said, it literally took me from I might see this movie. We'll see how people feel about it. If there's a lot of people like it, maybe I would. To now, there's no way in hell I'm watching this. Fuck him.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Sam, you've got more thoughts. I can feel them.
Oh, I hate this so much. Look, humble beginnings I don't have an issue with, right? A farm can be humble, right? The fact that there were only two grown men working that fucking farm, occasionally hiring I mean, that essentially says to me that the Kents were mostly breaking even every year, right? They didn't have a lot of money. They're already, not middle class if you look at it economically from the time frames.
Well, they're a
and
small
all that
business
stuff.
owner, and
Right.
even more so a farmer, where you go by seasons and stuff like that.
Right.
So,
And anybody who's spent any time around like farm communities will tell you that most of those guys don't have cash on hand. They're not wealthy people.
no, you're taking
know?
loans out for these tractors and stuff.
So like you don't have to set it in a trailer park to indicate that they didn't have money. You didn't have to
times
say
are tough.
they were already humble people, right? Humble church going people who just wanted to, have a kid and raise him to be a good person, which they did, by the way, which is something that they tend to leave out. Did you guys ever read Red Son?
I know the story. I know
the story.
Yeah.
Okay, so Red Son has this really interesting premise that if you give him a different backstory, does that change who he is at his core? And ultimately, the conclusion of that story was that no, it does not. He is who he is. His having Ma and Pa Kent did send him down certain paths, before he did in Red Son, because he was found in a Ukrainian commune under the Soviet regime in that book. And that's where he was raised, up under Stalin and all that. But it never really changed the core of who he was. It did change the course of some of his actions. Right. So it was just a really interesting nature versus nurture argument. And if that's what he's thinking about doing, it seems like he's taken this from the Gods and Monsters storyline, where Superman was raised by illegal Mexican immigrants.
And to answer the question, I see, the Kent farm was the Kent farm. They owned the Kent farm. That was their land. Now, whether or not it was mortgaged, it depends on the era, depends on the writing, depends on the story. But Sam is right. You could very easily depict the Kent farm being struggling. Hell, go look at the show Smallville. It was a struggling farm. When Jonathan Kent died in that one, Martha Kent was going to struggle. Then she took over his political seat that he had won, and that's how she found it. But there is always the question of, is the Kent farm safe? Now, of course, you get far enough into the timeline of Superman, he could just take a piece of coal and crush it into a diamond and then sell that and give money to Mom and Pa. But that's not his style anyway.
That's not the values.
I know, exactly.
And Paul never would have accepted that either.
Exactly. That's my point.
He never would have accepted that because it wasn't
do that, but it wouldn't work.
Going back to Smallville, he could just go, when he's on the Red Kryptonite, he could go and take out money out of the ATMs or rob a bank or whatever it is. But that's not who he is. That's it goes against the values. It's too easy. It's taking the easy route. It's jumping in front of everybody else. So but I don't know. I don't know James Gunn too well, but I don't think he shares those same values. So
he doesn't.
That's what I'm getting at. So how can you create something? I don't know too much about Richard Donner, but he was able to, recreate, the best things about Superman all those decades later in the movie. And same with Smallville. Similar values. So you can't say it's like, oh, it's a different time. No, it lasted from 1939 all the way to when Smallville was.
Right. And you're talking about a time period that was only 10 years after the stock market crash. Nobody had money. Everybody was poor. This was during the end of the Great Depression when these comics started up, right? Before the 1940s.
Yep. Great Depression, World War I, World War II. Yeah.
In the end, this is what we always believed it was going to turn into. Drew pointed it out, Devil pointed it out, Sam's pointed it out as well. I have been saying this since the beginning. Well, I changed my tune. When James Gunn first came out, I said James Gunn might be the right guy to run the studio because he's a creative, he's a director, he's a writer. He knows how the game works. He knows when to get in the way and when not to. But as soon as he said, I'm writing the Superman script, I said, whoa, are you the right guy? And then they fired Henry Cavill, and I said, whoa, now you're not earning cred with me anymore. And then we left him alone. He said, I'm working on it during COVID, guys, don't worry. And then it comes out what he's doing with it, and we've gotten everything we've gotten has been one red flag after another. Bloated cast, a story that doesn't seem to make sense. The bloated cast becoming an ensemble cast. Not just a bloated cast, a lot of people there. They've turned a Superman story into an ensemble story. Villains whose motives are going to be cheesy and lame. We've seen the James Gunn humor stooped in there. He decides to, as we keep saying, insert himself. It's a James Gunn movie. It's his version of Krypto, which isn't even a real dog. It's a CGI dog. It's his humor in the robots. It's his idea of how Superman should be at the core. Growing up on a Missouri farm. Well, he'll be in Kansas, but it'll be a Missouri farm in Kansas now in a double wide with Pa Kent being fat, overweight, likely dying of cancer or diabetes, got the sugar foot, instead of a heart attack. The thing that when in whatever timeline is when Jonathan Kent dies, when
Tornado.
he dies of
Tornado.
Well, no, we don't.
Holy shit!
You bring that. Okay, you bring up Zack Snyder, Drew. You know you've done wrong when at the core, Zack Snyder did Kansas Clark better than you.
This is devolving from Snyderverse.
Yeah, that's how you know we are in a danger zone. When you could say Zack Snyder, until the tornado, did a better Clark Kent in Kansas than you did. We've got a problem.
Did a better Clark. He did not. His Jonathan wasn't good.
I just said in Kansas. Yeah.
And we all hated what Snyder did because that was also a kind of betrayal to the character. His father dying of a heart attack showed the difference between man and what he was. Superman is essentially a god of like figure. And here is his father, his adopted father, obviously, but dying of a heart attack, showing that he is nothing but a man, just a man. And it's this differential between the two. Taking it and having him killed by the storm, I hated that idea. When I first saw that, I thought that's the stupidest thing ever. Because what you're taking away that aspect of it.
Yeah.
That he sees the frailty of his father.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have a Superman that could, like, whatever he can do, he can't save everybody.
And that's the point.
Save.
That is
kind of reiterating
that's a fundamental lesson that he has to learn. It informs everything he does after that. It's sort of like the Great Power, Great Responsibility, Death of Uncle Ben. If those two things do not occur, you do not get Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's different from like the Matrix, where Neo can take out the bullet from Trinity.
We don't talk about that. That didn't happen.
Oh, is that a bad thing too?
There's
and
only
make
one
a heart.
There's only one Matrix movie. There's only one. We just talked about that this weekend. There's only one Matrix movie.
Oh, that's right. Did you watch?
That's why I'm the Atom. I'm the Atom. Like the one. There's new lore for that. I'm the Atom. I stand on a tower. I fly around and I look down upon all of you. That's what I do now. Ariel and Dom made this up. I didn't make this. Is Ariel and Dom. They have made this up. This is not me. This is them. They have made this lore. Okay, I did not make this up. I am the Atom, according to them. All right, I'm the Atom. Because I'm also not affected by the girl in the red dress because I'm looking around for hotter girls in my dream Matrix world. Point is, but Drew's absolutely right. This thing is. And Devil's right when he says it too. This is built on the fact that it has to be something that is out of his control to form his core character. James Gunn doesn't care about forming his core character. He cares about putting his life experiences, his beliefs into the story because it's about James Gunn. It's not about Clark Kent. It's not about the fans. It's like what you guys said when we started this conversation. It's about what James Gunn wants. It's never about anybody but James Gunn. And James Gunn wants this ensemble Superman movie with villains that are going to be all over the place, with a Clark Kent who looks like this. We don't want this. He wants him being harassed by trolls on the sidewalk on the internet because that's how James Gunn sees the fans. That's how he sees the world that doesn't agree with him.
That just
Which
seems
means
like
he sees himself as the man in the blue suit here.
Yes.
That is
that
James
looks like
Gunn. That's not
PBS.
Superman.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're right. I think you're right.
The atmosphere, just how everything's taken in. It's just
The arrogance, the
like
hubris.
Gary talks about, just like what is it? Just ripping apart the superhero, or I can't remember the name. Deconstruction. Yeah. And it's just, we're still doing it. Like it's when is this going to be over? Of just like taking them down.
It's about to be over, Drew, because this movie, this is just, as I said, we are less than 48 hours away from the final trailer, likely the final trailer. It's finally going to be a trailer with dialogue in it. Most likely, we're going to get a little bit of the story, and we're going to see what is going out of James Gunn. Now, is there a chance he could turn it all around with the trailer? Perhaps. I don't have faith. We have had conversations for weeks. Do we have faith in James Gunn after all this? No, I do not have faith.
I mean, I was not a fan of Guardians 3. I
didn't even watch it.
That came later.
Okay.
It had moments, but it was just seemed manufactured. It was just like a holdover. And so I'm not. He was good for certain things, but no more. I've heard the name. Yeah,
that's older stuff, Sam. That's older stuff.
I am aware. Yeah. I like Slither. I like Trauma. He should have stayed there.
James Gunn is good in his niche world. You try and make him mainstream, and it doesn't work because in the niche world, he can cater to himself, and the cultishness of what people like about him will support him and his beliefs. You try to mainstream yourself into something that cannot be converted to your weirdness, you will lose. And this is where he's going to lose. This movie's going to come out. This thing probably costs easily $250 minimum. There's no way this thing costs anything under $250. And then on top of that, marketing, everything, another $100 million. This thing's going to need probably somewhere between $600 and $750 to break even. And if it crashes and burns, and only makes around $450 to $500, the DCU is done. And here's the thing: it's still going to probably do better than Baby Steps. It'll do better than Baby Steps, and dinosaurs will win the day.
I like, the funny thing is this is kind of par of the course for what we were expecting him to do from the very beginning when they announced it. But I thought for sure that he was going to try to, which is why I said I had a chance of watching it at first. I was for sure that he was going to really hold back and try his damnedest to not James Gunn it for the first movie, just so that because we have this happen all the time with them where they try to what's the word, kind of trick you into thinking that you're not gonna get what you're gonna get.
Bait and switch.
Yeah, there you go, perfect. Bait and switch. They were gonna give us a decent Superman movie, and we would be like, hey, maybe he's not gonna do what we think he's gonna do, just for the next movie after that to be complete and utter a mess. He's just going right into it, right off. I mean, like I said, it shows once again that we're never gonna get honesty from Hollywood. We're never going to get fans treated fairly by these people who get these IPs and run them into the ground.
Yeah, you're right.
It just sucks so bad.
And you know what? I am perfectly happy living right here. I'm perfectly happy living right here with this Superman, this Batman, that Wonder Woman, that Green Lantern, that Flash, that Hawk Girl, that Martian Manhunter. I'm perfectly happy living there. Because they never disappoint me. Never.
Oh, man. And it has to be Martian Manhunter. Get Cyborg out of the goddamn Justice League.
Yeah.
He's a Titan.
He's a Titan. He's a Teen Titan. He's a Teen Titan. All right. That was I've sufficiently made you guys annoyed. Just the point.
I lost my video somehow.
It's okay. You're fine. Avatar is fine. All right. So there you go. Now, all right, I've got a couple more silly things we can go over. Unless you guys have a topic you want to throw out there, I'm happy to entertain that.
I can look. See if I.
No.
Yeah,
If you
I
got
don't
something, refine me. I got a couple silly things we can look at still. So I mean,
Yeah, man, I don't know. I haven't honestly this week. I've just sort of not been paying attention to much fucking anything. And if anybody watched my last live stream, they would know that because I was talking out my ass the entire time.
So you've got a choice. You've got a strange, over-the-top nerd doing stuff with nerd props, or a gaming thing. Which one do you guys want? Gaming or a nerd? Or we're gonna watch a 31-second video of a guy who I think went a little too far with a nerd thing.
Yeah, we can do that. Sure.
You want to do that one?
I think you should read Ariel's last chat first.
Sam, we call him the Atom because he doesn't read chats and he's a massive Disney show whore with all the videos he's made. And the Atom bans me the stream ends the show how much power he has over us. See, these are lies and propaganda. I do not ban her. She created
Somebody call the
Atom.
ADL. Ariel's going nuts over here.
She called me the Atom after I told a silly dream story while we were reviewing The Matrix on Saturday. And she knows the rules. She knows that when we're essentially doing a panel discussion for a segment, I'm gonna wait to read the chats and stuff like that till after we're done, so we don't break the rhythm of the discussion. She knows how this works. She just tries to twist it like she's some victim of my authoritarian world. I'm not gonna stand for this. Unban Ariel. See, look at this. Look at these are lies and every stream, lies and propaganda. Lies and propaganda. Every stream. She's never been.
I know
banned
she comes over to my streams now to bitch about you in my chat.
It's no peace. All right, let's give Drew a chance to come back while he's fixing his camera. And so we'll wait till he gets back here. Let's see.
I put something in the private chat.
What? Drew's back. He's back. He's back. All right. So Drew's back. All right. So now let's watch this. Let me see what you got in the private chat. What is this?
And
it's better.
As always, they're food related.
All right, so let's do this, then we'll do yours. So I came across this a while ago. I've been sitting on it in my bookmarks, which are a disorganized mess because I don't have a blue check mark, which means I can't organize them. Was that true?
You would sit on it.
I have watched this, and my thoughts are that it looks cool, but there's a limit to crossing over shit, and some of it doesn't make sense. And I think a couple things when I point them out, they're not going to make sense. So stop. Have you guys seen this dude? Have you seen this dude?
I have
no.
Okay, let's listen to it. So right away, before we start, we can see it's the Infinity Gauntlet with all the Infinity Stones.
Extra.
He's got. Well,
there's extra on the fingers.
No, those are green. Those are lantern rings. Those are
power
rings. He's got the Omnitrix.
Yeah. Yep, Ben 10.
And I don't know what these are over here, and I'm sure there might be other things we're not seeing. So there are problems here. But let's listen to what this guy has to say.
Thanks, man. So, Carnage symbiote.
Oh,
symbiote.
Oh,
hell yeah.
Yeah, okay. So he's just got a fistful of Clintar then. That's fucking awesome.
So he's tied a symbiote into the Omnitrix.
He's tied 4 symbiotes into it, it looks like.
One of those was probably Toxin, Venom, maybe
No, it's not the right color for Scream.
No, that's Vibranium. Hold on.
Yeah, he's going to change it up. He's got a lot going on.
Okay, all right, so that's Vibranium. Okay.
Vibranium. Blue Beetle nanites.
Oh, Blue Beetle?
Blue Beetle's nanites.
I mean,
what's the green
you might
one?
as
Is
well
it
invite
Gamma?
the fucking Borg into you because the Blue Beetle nanites are fucking evil.
Yeah,
and I bet the green is Hulk's.
Maybe he can control it with
Gamma.
the other things.
All right, take your bets. What do you think the green is?
Gamma.
It's
I bet
gamma
it's
radiation.
Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gamma?
it's gonna be Hulk gamma radiation.
Okay, all right, let's see.
Kryptonite.
Kryptonite. Shit.
So he's going Smallville rules to mutate himself with kryptonite.
So, fun fact, for a long time in the comic books, it was assumed that kryptonite was harmless against humans. As it turns out, no, it's not. Repeated long-term exposure, like, say, if you wore a kryptonite ring, like Lex Luthor did for decades, it will give you cancer because it is radioactive.
What about Batman in the utility belt?
Oh, he's got that.
Yeah, he keeps it. It's like lead line, though, that little pouch.
Yeah.
Batman's not an idiot.
yeah. Bruce is keeping that shit in lead. Bruce knows what he's doing. Lex does that shit to flex at Superman.
Yeah, because he just wears it out so that Superman knows he's got it. Whereas Superman can't see through lead, and Bats doesn't really want him to know he has it. In fact, he started lining his cowl with fucking lead because of that reason. Because Supergirl showed up.
That's the thing. I mean, that's one of the reasons I do love Batman, because Bruce. That's why I said, with a plan, Bruce is the most dangerous member of the Justice League. With time to plan. He will have a plan to take out everybody. That's why a good Bruce Wayne Batman is so deadly. All right, so review. Carnage symbiote, not just any symbiote. Carnage, the most psychotic symbiote there is. Vibranium.
Well, it's got some Venom and Spider-Man in it too. Then
which Carnage symbiote would be my guess, because the original Carnage symbiote is dead. The current one is a mutant that was formed from some of the Clintar cells getting into Cletus's blood and becoming an entirely new creature.
Yeah, because it doesn't have the same weaknesses as the original symbiote. So its only weakness is heat. That's its only weakness is heat. So we got Vibranium, Blue Beetle nanites, and Kryptonite, all plugged into the Omnitrix. Okay,
I don't know what that does.
That's Ben 10. That's Ben 10.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I didn't watch Ben 10.
All right, so the Omnitrix has the DNA of thousands of different aliens with all kinds of different powers, and when it's locked, Ben has the ability to choose from 10 of them. When it's unlocked, he has a choice of 10,000 aliens that he can morph into and get their powers and abilities. Oh, Ben 10's really good Ben 10 is really cool up to a point. You have
the idea was awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen that idea before. There was a character in the 80s in DC called Dial Husk who had a very similar kind of thing. She could have any superpower she could imagine, but only one at a time. And she had this little dial that she fiddled with to make this happen.
Maybe that was the influence for it. I mean, this is made by God, what's the guy? I forget what the creator of Benton is. Man something. I forget what his name is. His moniker. No, the Omnitrix is really freaking cool. Now, Ben 10 has multiple seasons where he's a kid and first gets it for that first summer, then a couple movies, and then then there's a period of time with him as a teenager, and then after that they changed formats and it got bad.
I think there was 3 or 4 cartoons altogether.
There's like 4 different ones. After Ben 10 Ultimate Alien, it's after that one that it falls apart. That's when it falls apart. Before that, it's all pretty good, all interesting, and I really enjoyed it for years and years until it fell apart after that. So the Omnitrix is basically the fact that he's got Carnage plugged into the Omnitrix. That means he would basically be Carnage without the symbiote trying to take him over, essentially. It's just the abilities, not the actual soul.
So I'm curious as to because this Omnitrix works off of like the other living beings, right?
It's got DNA stored in it.
Okay, so why would you plug liquid vibranium or kryptonite into this thing?
You wouldn't. It doesn't work like that, because what the Omnitrix does is it takes DNA and it scans it and it stores it in its memory.
And then it takes the person and mixes the DNA.
And you hit it, and then it transforms you for X amount of time.
Right, and that's the reason I'm asking, because just scientifically speaking, those are both minerals. They don't have DNA.
Yeah, which makes it weird that they're plugged into the Omnitrix. Now, there are some aliens that are made of minerals, but they're actual living creatures. They're not just
and neither would the Blue Beetle things either. How they're a mechanical thing. They have no DNA. The only thing in there that makes any sense is the symbiote, and he wouldn't even need to have it on the glove because it would just take a sample of the symbiote and change him into a symbiote,
and not necessarily carnage, just a symbiote.
Yeah,
because that's the thing. Ben whenever he transforms, it becomes a version of him as the alien, where it has some aspects of the clothes he's wearing or how old he is and this and that. And then there are later on mega evolutions of it, like he can evolve into evolved versions. That's more later on. Point is, this doesn't make sense plugging this shit into the Omnitrix. Devil's right. It doesn't make sense. But we're all right. So we know this kryptonite. Where's he going next with this?
All of them are infusing the Omnitrix, which is attached to the Infinity Gauntlet.
Why?
I mean, with the Infinity Gauntlet, couldn't you just snap your fingers and make Ben 10 not a thing anymore? Right? Why do you need to attach all that shit to it?
Because it's. I don't know. The Infinity Gauntlet is a channeling device, allowing you to channel things and control things. And even then, you have to be at a certain level. Like, he would have to transform into probably a better alien that could handle the force of the Infinity Gauntlet.
Here's the thing. It makes no sense in that you don't need the Omnitrix when you have the Infinity Gauntlet. The Infinity Gauntlet essentially makes you into an omnipotent being. Your will be done type thing, right? Why the hell do you need to turn into any alien and use their powers when you literally can snap and do whatever the hell you want?
Yeah.
It's
to the MCU, would it keep you from getting the Thanos and Hulk and Iron Man, damage like they got?
Right. Well, and Thanos is already pretty close to godlike. That's why he was able to handle it for as long as he did. And when Tony puts all the fucking crystals on at the end of Endgame, he's a dead man before he snaps his fingers. His body's already dying because it can't handle the energy.
Yeah, even Hulk, and it's Professor Hulk, so it's kind of a downgrade from actual Hulk. He gimped his arm.
Well, that's a question. Do you think if he wasn't Professor Hulk, if he was Incredible Hulk, the 2008, whatever it was, if he was that one, would he have survived better?
Well,
he would have tried to rip it off.
Hulk wouldn't be smart enough to use it. That's the problem.
No.
So, but Hulk's regenerative powers are massive. But even he took
probably would have.
And here's the thing. Is the Infinity Gauntlet in the actual thing? I don't think you need a snap to make stuff happen. That just was, added in to have the effect. So if Hulk has it on and he's raging because of the pain, who knows what the gauntlet would take that as? He might just destroy the entire universe because of his anger. His anger might, literally have the universe explode.
I think it should have been Thor.
And Kel brings this up right here.
Not Fat Thor, regular.
It's just a nerd flex, and I agree with Ariel. This is not a nerd flex. This is a guy who just thought it was cool to throw all this shit on here.
Yeah,
not understanding the different lore and power levels of what he's doing.
Man, and we haven't even gotten to the lantern rings, man. Now I got some shit to say about that.
Now he's bringing up lantern rings, which fundamental thing about lantern ring, no matter what ring it is, it still chooses you. You can't just put a ring on and make it work.
There was one exception.
Which one?
When Hal Jordan was possessed with parallax and he murdered the Green Lantern Corps and took all their rings.
That's different.
Well, also the orange.
He absorbed the lantern the master battery when he did
the orange one too, because it's like greed, so you can still it. It kind of comes with it.
But I mean, the will rage. What's his name? The blue one.
That's Hope.
Yeah, it's Hope.
Yeah, Hope.
Which amplifies willpower.
I think
they are all but you also have to have that inside you in order for it to work too. Even if the ring chooses you, if you don't have ample whatever the emotional spectrum is that you need for that ring, it will not work. If you're not, and here's the thing about Red Lantern rings: Red Lanterns are kept alive by their rage. Those rings are killing them.
Yeah, and if you're getting a red ring, you saw some serious fucking shit to turn you that angry.
Yeah, and you do some seriously fucked up thing. You know that plasma blood shit that they spew all over everything all the time? That's literally what their blood was replaced with when they put that fucking ring on.
Yeah, you don't want, honestly, you don't want, the only rings you want would be the green and the blue. One because willpower, and then blue because you have hope. Every other ring is fucking poison, essentially.
I mean, I wouldn't say no to a yellow.
Well, the problem is some of those
that's fear,
rings.
though. That's fear.
Yeah,
That's fear.
The thing is some of those rings wouldn't even be able to be on the same person because they're contradictory. Like the red and blue, you can't have them on the same person because you can't have both those things driving you at the same time. They contradict.
Yeah.
Like if it was pink, because pink is love, okay, pink and blue would go together fine. But yeah, red, like you said, this is somebody who either has I just wanted to make something that he thought looked cool, or has no fundamental understanding of all these.
He's not taking it far enough. You know what he's missing? Earth, wind, fire.
Yeah.
Together with your powers combined, I am Captain
gay.
Planet.
I'm fucking gay. Yeah. But here's the thing, and also he bought all this shit as basically props and merch. He had to butcher this ring collection to get them on the gauntlet.
Oh, sure.
I mean, look at those aren't. He had to butcher both these pieces of merch, these collectibles, to put them together like that. That's not showing respect to your collection, in my opinion.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear him talk about this. Finish talking about so.
We have the power rings and then the elemental rings.
Oh,
he did show him, even though
elemental. Wait, did he just confuse them?
I think he did. Yeah.
He just said they're essentially
He did the thing
Drew,
I said.
Wow, Drew, you had foresight, man. You had the foresight.
Is that what they are? They're not.
No. Those are lantern rings.
Okay. Those are lantern rings.
Those are definitely
you can see the Green Lantern symbol pretty clearly of all of those.
And he showed the box of the lantern rings right here.
He doesn't know shit. This guy doesn't know shit.
Power rings
and then the elemental ring.
I think he's paid. He's getting paid to do this. Somebody put him up to it.
Ant-Man button.
Batman?
No, the Ant-Man button to make him small or big.
Is that a hidden blade?
Oh God. Yep. Oh my God. This is.
I was giving him the benefit of the doubt when you guys are tearing into him, but nope. I don't like this at all now.
He's got an Ankh on here. Is that supposed to be a Dr. Fate Ankh?
I would guess so. And what's the?
It's a grappling hook. I don't know. Let's see. He's not done yet.
Oh my God.
Because why not? And also, one ring to rule.
Oh no!
Jesus Christ!
I can't even. I thought this was gonna be a fun video.
Yeah, so this guy is gonna put this thing on and implode the universe.
I mean, you've attached the one ring, which is essentially a part of Sauron's soul, to the Infinity Gauntlet with all the Infinity Stones.
Oh my God!
Plus, I'm gonna pick it out. Plus a Red Lantern ring. Sauron's got a lot of rage. And you've slapped on.
This is what happened if Disney would buy all these properties
with a ring. Yeah, they would do this.
If Disney bought each one, this would be the next movie.
The One Ring, we know it desires power. It has the power hungriness of Sauron. If you put it on something as powerful as the Infinity Gauntlet and it was able to control you as it does anyone, could you imagine? It would be happier than it's ever been. You just made it the most powerful thing in everything. That's so stupid. It's like,
because I mean the One Ring is powerful, but
my
it's
nerd
powerful.
hurts. My nerd hurts.
It's as powerful as a ring of domination. It doesn't have any overt physical abilities, but you just gave it physical powers.
Yeah, I think he wasn't kidding about those elemental rings, dude. That's not a Red Lantern ring.
Oh,
is it just the green?
You might be right.
Ring?
Hold on,
it's
you might be right.
So he's probably just green.
Is that the Ring of Flame?
Oh
shit,
my God,
right.
it is. It's a mix. Green Lantern and the
So it's just the Ring of Fire.
What about the other ones?
I don't know.
Did he mix and match? Maybe.
Let me see if we get a closer look.
Yeah, he did.
He did. You're right. He
So
did.
Green Lantern, and then
So that might not be all right. So that's not okay. So we have to take it back.
Earth, fire, wind.
Well, I don't know what
water.
the blue one was though. Was that water?
Water.
Is it water
That
or
would be
Blue
water,
Lantern? Is
We don't get a really good look at it.
There
It
you go.
might be water. I want to take that Millennium Falcon behind him and smash it over his head.
I just don't.
Oh yeah, dude, that's water.
so
That's
wrong.
that's not Blue Lantern.
This seems like a video
the
that
scrolls
Ariel
now.
would have paid for us to hurt ourselves with.
I didn't know
Right?
it was going to be like this. I just saw. I was like, oh, this dude's this guy slammed a bunch of shit on this. Let's see what happens. I'll talk to the boys about it.
You know what the most egregious
wait,
thing to me?
He doesn't even have the Earth ring, the green one.
That's
Green Lantern instead.
Yeah.
of,
That's a lantern ring. Yeah, that's a lantern.
And it's, to me, the most egregious is probably, well, there's okay, I can't say that. The whole thing is egregious, but the blade. It's
the hidden
like,
blade. That's just
why
retarded.
it's like putting a slingshot on the side of a howitzer, right?
That's a good way to put it.
What do you need the slingshot for? You have the fucking
That's a good
howitzer.
point. It's a
just makes-
really good point. Completely unnecessary.
That means you put the hidden blade on there
He has
just because
got
you
that
want.
reality stone on there.
I'm gonna go.
He
I
can
mean,
make
you can
anything
take-
he wants.
You put that means the hidden blade is on there because he wants to walk up and just stab an MFer in the neck.
I put the Captain Planet rings in the private chat if you want to pull that up.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, there's 5.
Yeah, there's 5: Earth, Wind,
Earth,
Fire, Heart, and Wind. And Captain
Dude,
Planet.
if you guys,
these are
if you
heroes
guys
of-
haven't seen it,
They had a couple good hits in the 70s, but you know.
70s.
if you guys
This is from
haven't
the
seen
80s.
it, check out Funnier
Earth and
Guys.
Fire.
No, it's Earth, Wind,
I get it.
Fire.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's definitely the fire.
Yeah, Earth.
That's Earth, and
definitely.
it's water.
So lame.
But the colors are wrong. Well, these are old art. Yeah.
The
that's,
heart is attached to his butt plug.
Oh God. Yeah. Oh, you guys can't see it.
Dude,
Wait,
I just had a terrible thought. He slaps this thing together and sells the mold to Bad Dragon.
Wait, sorry, I forgot. When I switch tabs on Chrome, it doesn't switch.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it becomes a Bad Dragon, a sex toy, I'm sure.
Hang on, let me reshare that.
Get
Sorry, I
fisted by
forgot.
the Cosmos.
Oh
You
God,
could
damn
just
it.
Dermy's all like, I want it.
Yeah.
What? It's a Bad Dragon fister.
Oh my God, stop! You're terrible.
My
There we go.
wallet.
There we go. Yeah. So it was
Lame.
definitely fire, earth, and water. Fire.
Yeah.
Well, the Earth.
Wait,
the-
hang on, let me go
Heart.
back and look.
Where's heart?
Actually, yeah, it's heart. It's not earth. It's heart. You're right. It's heart. Why would he have heart on there? Why are you gay, dude? Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, because they were both silver.
Yeah. Let's go back to the other one. Let's go back to Mr.
I think I'll keep my Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah, your Infinity Gauntlet's fine. It's perfectly fine.
I got both of them. I got the Iron Man.
Honestly, your Infinity Gauntlet would beat this thing because this thing would short circuit and blow off this dude's hand.
Man,
It wouldn't work.
I'm depressed now.
Depressed.
I need.
So yeah, all right. So let's the One Ring.
One ring to rule them all.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. 30. That's it.
That's all the explanation.
I hate this guy. I hate this
Me
guy.
too.
He does know that Sauron's ring is made to specifically rule the rings of the elves, dwarves, and men, right? Like those specific rings, like the 3 elven ones, the 7 dwarf lord ones, and the nine rings of men, specifically.
I think this
Right?
guy.
It's not going to work on the heart ring. That's all I'm saying.
If this bastard lives in America,
think he does.
I want to put him on the deportation list. Right? Send him back.
You want to the board of the Captain Planet's TV show, so you can learn a thing or two, and also stay there. Maybe Don Cheadle will turn him into a tree.
I'm calling ice. I'm telling you. I'm calling him right now.
Oh man.
Captain Planet would be the worst multiverse.
So
worst universe.
I didn't expect this. I'd only watched like the first couple seconds of it. I hadn't gone through the whole thing. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna stop it. We're gonna watch it, react to it. Yeah. Fuck that dude. Fuck that dude's ass.
They faps with
I
it
can see
while
if
he's
he
watching Big
explained
Bang
it a little
Theory.
bit like if he had some kind of explanation about like what it would do or what it would not do and stuff like that, but no, it's just like I'm gonna
a damn loser.
Man,
I think it only does one thing, Drew. I think that it makes electrons heavier than protons. That's what I think. It does the exact one thing. It's essentially a delete button for all of existence.
Yeah, it would either destroy the person or the universe or both. You know, there's your Big Bang or big.
Or
where's
the cry.
The Harry Potter one's up his ass, Ariel. That's what
I thought I was gonna guess was like, where's the wand? You know,
or he flips over the hand. And he's all, that's the Sorcerer's Stone. Some shit.
All right, that kind of sapped my will to do anything else.
Yeah. I thought that was gonna be a happy one.
I thought it would be too. I thought it would be amusing, but no. This is, you know what? This is gatekeep your franchises. Gatekeep your don't let people like this think
Don't
that
sell
they can
out.
Walk in.
Don't sell out to Disney
Look,
or whoever.
You can do whatever you like with your toys when you buy them. They're your toys, but maybe stop filming that shit and putting it out there on the internet.
You just look like a fucking idiot. That it looks cool, but when you get a bunch of nerds, all we're gonna do is rip it apart on how it doesn't work, and that's just what we did for the past half an hour.
Yeah,
we just told you why this thing can't possibly work.
Like I said, it'd be cool if he could defend what he's trying to do. You know, but he doesn't look like he's capable.
He couldn't defend it out of a wet paper bag. I mean, no. I don't know. I didn't. I'd have to go back and look at it. Gary, we have to be very careful looking at X comments. You never know what's going to pop up there. We can't just do that. All right, let me check stream elements real quickly. Okay, nothing there. So I've got nothing else. Oh, W, you did have something. You had a food thing. Yeah,
I put two food ones in there.
All right, let's go with the first one. Let's see what the first one is. Let's look at this.
Yeah,
I have a food thing, but I save all my food things for Ballbusters. All right, so this looks. Wait, what did that say?
Let's look at your possible onesie too.
No, that's not. That's not on the list yet. I have to discuss that with the powers that be. But it has to be feasible. And one of the things there's a limit to my demeaning myself, and also no physical harm. A onesie might cause physical harm.
Chafing doesn't count as harm.
Yes, it does.
Slap some baby powder on that shit. You'll be fine.
Baby powder don't work. Okay. All right. So what is this?
I want to see if you guys would eat this. I would actually try it. I would try it. It'd be
we
very weird, but I'd try it.
Churrasco hot dog. Is that churro shit? Is
yes.
that what that is?
It's
all right.
churro.
I'm not really into churros. I'm not really.
You can tell you're a cook.
Not into churros. Okay, here we go.
No,
that's really loud.
I don't hear it.
Don't have the.
Wait. I shared it. I shared the wrong thing. I forgot it's a video. Yeah, I boomered it. Shut the fuck up.
Second one's much more appealing, but
who is this?
I don't know. I'd probably try it.
I would try it.
I like hot dogs.
Here's the thing. Remember, I was a picky eater when I was a little kid, so it takes a lot for me to still kind of work up to something like this. Now, is that hot dog cooked already?
No, but they cook it.
Okay.
I mean,
maybe.
Now, I wouldn't put the mustard I wouldn't put the mustard and ketchup on it, but I would.
That's too many.
I wouldn't
flavors.
do that.
That's too many competing flavors. I mean, the ketchup, mustard. If you're gonna do it, add something. I mean, add something else sweet. They think they're being clever with the sweet and the savory combination, but you're not.
No, yeah. I would not put the mustard or ketchup. What I would probably try is some of that hot honey. I think that'd be kind of tasty drizzled on top, but yeah.
Honey would work. Honey would work.
Or that mango, what is that? Chili sauce?
Oh, sweet chili sauce?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if that might clash with the cinnamon though.
Honestly, if I am gonna try this, I'd be happy to go with it plain, with just the churro.
Yeah, I think the cinnamon is plenty of fucking flavor, right?
Yeah.
These
you don't
are
want to add
people,
too much to that.
This is either people with no culinary training or corpo thinking.
Oh, this is fair food. This is fair food. It's supposed to be nasty because you're gonna buy it because of it.
Yeah.
Oh well, these are people who need to go to jail then.
They're going to charge you like $12 for that.
Adam doesn't go to fairs, just like he doesn't drink from the hose.
I went to fairs as a kid. Shut the fuck up. I went to fairs
outside of country clubs.
Every year, the Fireman's Fair in Fairhaven, New Jersey. I was there every year.
This motherfucker ain't one of us.
Sounds made up.
Shut the fuck up.
I want somebody to use AI and make a song for Adam that is about him needing to drink the hose water. It just needs to be made. It needs to be made.
I do not support this. I am not condoning this at all. And if I'm ever going to play it, you got to pay.
Oh, that's fine. I'll play it on my channel incessantly.
Yeah. The second one is a lot more like I wouldn't eat it because it's just too absorbently fatty, man. But it all looks really good.
I have this one. All right, I'm gonna Devil. I've got this one for Ballbusters this week.
Oh,
I've already got this one marked for Ballbusters. I'm sorry,
you gay bastard.
Fuck you. I've already got that one. I've already got that one saved for Ballbusters because I have a lot of problems with that one. It starts off fine, but my biggest problem is that which is on it should be sliced first. How are you going to get to that? It hasn't been fabricated for eating. It's just there. So I
eat it with my hands.
No, you can't. You can't eat with hand. You can't eat ribs like the rib. You can't get the ribs. You want to watch me? You want to watch what Devil brought up? That is one of my bits for Ballbusters on Friday. The melees will be there, so it's going to be a good one. And see, that's what you do. You check with people, unlike Cloud, who just posts shit and doesn't check. So, one of the guys can use this for a bit on Ballbusters. It's food related. Adam does food related stuff. No, I'm Cloud. I'm just going to post shit and get everybody's reaction and ruin a bit that would have been gold with the melees. It would have been gold with the melees there, but no, I'm Cloud. I'm going to post shit on Twitter and not check it with anybody. So ruin my bit. Ruin one of my bits. See, I'm trying to make entertainment.
How dare he try to entertain people without checking with you first?
Dude, it's Cloud. Cloud is not entertaining anybody on Twitter. Okay, Cloud disgusts people on Twitter. You know this. Or Cloud's either simping or putting out sexual shit. He's not entertaining.
Did you see what my response was? What I put to him? I put in there, don't let Adam bully you. Tell him he can go sit on his luck dragon or so shit. He can he can stuff his luck dragon where the sun don't shine.
You realize you're taking Cloud's side over something. You realize that
on this, yeah? Because I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. He's shared something he saw.
No. There is a habit going on. We are checking each other at Ballbusters, especially food shit. We check each other if everybody's going to use it. Cloud is just being careless and not taking account that he has just stolen content from Ballbusters is what he's done.
Adam is a bully.
No, I'm just trying to make entertainment for the masses that will watch it instead of Cloud just being careless.
Well, if they wanted to be entertained, they'd watch something besides Ballbusters. Shit.
I was gonna say. I mean,
see. This is what Cloud brings to Twitter. That's a
fair point, Weasel. Yeah, that's a fair point.
Cosplaying as a Weasel.
That's the thing. That's the thing. That's why you leave it to the professionals. All right. We're gonna end it here. We're about 2 hours, and I have to kind of stay on schedule because I have to get enough sleep because of the daily show. So let's go around the horn, pimp our wares, and I will send everybody on their merry way. Devil, go.
Check out the pub on Friday. Before that, Abyssal Musings. And then next week we are doing a Get Ranked next Tuesday. I'm not sure what it's going to be. It might be the soda. Somebody brought up that I've never done a Get Ranked of sodas yet, and that sounds like a pretty good idea. Easy enough to build list. So check that out, and check out Make Me a Sandwich. We are getting really close. I just have one more person to get and trying in the process. But once that starts, we're going to have a 3-week countdown where we're going to start showing commercials and promoting it. And then hopefully everyone wants to watch it.
If Sunkist isn't S tier goated, then there's a problem. And no, Pepsi tastes like piss, Legatus. Anyway, Sam.
Crystal clear Pepsi.
That shit was good back in the day, dude. That was good back in the day. That crystal Pepsi was good, bro. I did drink that. Go ahead, Sam.
I think I should stay away from the soda conversation. I might end up getting hated by everybody over this shit, but so I'm already making controversial waves elsewhere. I don't need to add more shit to that. But anyway, next thing up is Abyssal Musings on Friday. Pub right after that over on Devil's Channel, and then I got Screaming to the Void this week. Hopefully I will have a better put together show for you guys this week. We kind of winged it, and it was sort of a disaster this last one, so it was fine. There's a section I'm going to cut out and make a separate video that involves meth smoking raccoons, but other than that, there's a show I don't feel great about. And then whenever Amira goes live, you can find me over there, back here for Mellow Mondays next week. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Thanks for having me, as always.
Okay. All right. Drew.
Yeah, I'm back into streaming, and I'm gonna do a ton of it. So I got the new channel going, Physical Media Warriors. I've been in the chat right there. Check out that one. Be one of the first 10 followers. And getting that one up. It's gonna be just a ton of shows. Basically, it's gonna be a series of things. My plan to get Physical Media, I started last week with garage sales open up right now for springtime. So like I already said, I got Batman, Ninja Turtles, MIB2 in the case or in the sealed. Nice. And then I came across Xbox 360 for $50 and an Xbox One for $80. I tested and make sure they worked, and I was like, "Hey, will you take 100?" So I got both of those with a controller for $100. So now I got more consoles. So my goal is to get every console.
Alf will be proud.
Yeah, I'm working with him on a few things. So then, I got a capture card. So eventually I'm gonna do video games, but
now,
ranking, all that the plan to go after the Physical Media, talk about how I broke it down, what I'm looking for. I'm not gonna sell, but I'm gonna collect. My goal is to collect collect every Physical Media I've ever watched, in whatever form, and then I'm gonna review it. For my own sanity, and then have a stream where we talk about, each one too. So big kind of lifelong goal here. It's going to be awesome.
Ariel, links are all in the description below. Everybody's ats are in the description below. Don't worry. Alf is the best person because Alf has most of the consoles that have ever existed, and he'll probably really walk you through what capture cards will work and which ones won't.
We're working together. I'm working with Mo.
If you have anything with like a PS3, it's like a massive workaround to get it to stream because the PS3 has built-in stupidity that will not let you stream.
Yeah, I'm going to try to start with Nintendo or NES, SNES, 64, and then go into the more PlayStation. And then
Alf's a good guide for that because he has all that stuff already figured out. So
working with Mo, Alf, and it's been a while, so it's going to be a fun time.
Excellent. As for me, remember, guys, every day, 1 p.m. Eastern, join me for the Daily Dive, the Double D's, the show where you, the chat, the audience, are in control. You guys generally are the content directors. You basically make me do shit. I get one tiny little segment of show. The rest of it is up to you. Other than that, rest of the week, as I said earlier, my physical copy of Expedition 33 will be arriving tomorrow. I will likely stream it Wednesday since I kind of take Tuesday nights off right now. It just got to wait. It has to be. I need one night where I'm not doing shit. So Wednesday, we're going to be streaming Expedition 33. Rest of the week will be catch can for topics and stuff like that. As I said earlier, Ball Busters this week. We got the Melees, Melee James and Melee K coming back. You guys know that's always an insane, degenerate mess of a show where we don't ever cover the topics because we are off the rails 30 seconds in. Saturday Night Drive-In this week, Jed's Choice. We are watching Mission Impossible 1. The movie that started the entire franchise. We're going to be watching that, covering that. And remember, it is that time of the year again where Chat Choice Movie 4 Drive-In is there. If you go to my community tab, there is a post there where you guys can submit your choice, your suggestion. And in a couple of weeks, you'll get to vote on it, and Jed and I will have to watch it. So stay tuned for that. Keep going. You guys have until this Sunday at the end of Roundtable to submit your final suggestions before I delete the copy, cut and paste the choices, and delete the post so that it is locked into place. And then a third party who has not submitted a suggestion will be handed all the movies. Right now, it's like 16, 17 choices, the most we've ever had, actually, at this point. They will choose 4, and then I'll resubmit it as a poll on my community tab for you guys to select it. So the rules are there. You can follow them for that. Then let's see. Tomorrow on this Wednesday, also remember every Wednesday, Duke Devil, Bradley Burnett clips out our discussions for Deep Space Nine Wormhole Watch. We are coming up on the season finale of season 1. Good stuff. We had a really good time talking about duet. What's basically Goldar Heel. That's a good one. It was a good one. That was a good one. So we just talked about that. That should be up some point on Wednesday on his channel. A lot of good nerd talk on that one. You guys should enjoy it. Then this Saturday after Drive-In, it's Ballbusters Gaming that time of the month. It's Among Us. Ready for a lot of angry things to happen. We say things we do mean. With the things we say, we do mean when we say them. When we get angry, we mean every word we say when we do that. So join us for that 8:30 p.m. Eastern on probably my channel, Dermy's channel, probably Alf if he's going to be playing. A couple other people probably streaming their perspectives as well. So join us for that. And then Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern, Roundtable, the week's events. And then, did I leave anything out? Oh, yeah, I forgot. Saturday, I have so much I got to go through now. So much shit going on. Saturday, catch my review of Shooty Who Season 2, Episode 6. And then Monday, we start all over again. More Double D's, Doctor Who Cares reviews, and then right back here at 10:30 p.m. Eastern for another Mellow Mondays. I've got a short. Well, shit's gonna probably things are going off the list soon. We're almost done with Doctor Who Cares reviews and Shooty's almost done. Thank you everybody for sitting through the rant. I hope you guys had a great time. Excuse me. If you're watching on the replay, hit that like button, leave a comment. Subscribe to everybody's channels, and we'll catch you guys next week. Until then, everybody, take it easy. Okay, very big delay. Still going.
Yeah.
Really big delay.
Damn.
Wow, we were really lagging there.
It happened to us last night on Amir's show, too.
It's YouTube.
Still live?
It says we're still live.
It's still live.
Well, no, I'm waiting. There we go. Well, I'm waiting.